Welcome to Business Grind. Today we're delighted to welcome François Daigle, the Eagle B2B,
Yes.
Self-made coach in success.
Serial self-made.
Serial self-made
Yes.
coach in success. FDB, thank you very much for being with us today.
It's a pleasure.
My first question is very simple. Where are you from and how did that affect your career success so far?
So I was born and raised in the suburb of Wall Street. It's like 5 hours away from Wall Street. It's called a little town called Saint-Jean-sur-le-Richelieu. And it was like a blessing for me, you know, because I would go there every summer as a kid, and I would trade there and learn the basics of, you know, the market. I learned to walk after learning the market.
Wow, very impressive.
Yes.
And when was the first time that you knew you were going to be a successful entrepreneur?
I would say age 8. Yes, age 8, when I made my first big deal with Bureau en Gros. I think it's Staples in English, or like Bureau en Gros, you know, a desk, but big desk, you know. And I sold them my refurbished Cahiers Canada business for about $100,000. So yeah, by that age, I was like already successful.
Wow, very impressive. Not many people do that at such a young age. You talk a lot about the grind, the importance of the mindset that you call the grind set.
Yeah.
Can you explain to us what that is for you?
Yeah, but you know, I'm always looking for grinders out there. You know, to me, the grind is the hustle, the being a lone wolf, a self-made man. So that's my strength. I bring skills, but into synergy, you know, like it's the collision of the grind and the mindset. It speaks for itself, you know.
Beautiful. And did you have a coach to make you become a coach?
No coach. I'm a self-made man. How can I have a coach, you know? I'm the coach. And I like to say I'm really humble about it, but I'm like your coach's favorite coach.
And how do you become a coach without having a coach?
I'm autodidact, you know, learning by yourself. I always like, some kid, I heard some story, they were playing with like G.I. Joes or Lego, but I would play with like business books.
Okay, wow, very impressive again. As an entrepreneur, we know you're very like a big expert in the world of finances as well.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, what is the best way to get your finances straight?
Cut the cost. You need to cut the cost at all cost, you know? That's why I always wear a turtleneck. It's like to remind me, because in French we would say coût. Like in English, I know you say neck, but in French we say coût, and coût is always cost. So it reminds me to have no cost, you know, pas de coût.
This is a very beautiful answer. It sounds like a quote, which is a good transition to my next question. What are your favorite quotes to become successful in business?
My favorite quote, and it's, you know, the shorter the quote is, the better it is, because it's like if you synthesize all the information and the knowledge. So my favorite quote would be, life is a journey. You know, you don't have to work hard, you have to work smart, but smart enough to play hard, because you never know what the future has for you. So you better be prepared to go to war. Yes, it would be, and also, you are what you eat, and I eat competition.
Excellent. That will be very inspiring for our audience. Thank you very much for this. My next question is, what's your top 3 advice to make money nowadays?
So first of all, it's super hard to make, every millionaire will say it, it's super hard to make your first million. So I would say start with your second million. It will be much more easier. And then my second advice would be to avoid having kids. They're super. It's a sunk cost. By the time they're 30, you could have, if you would have saved all the money you invest into them and invest them at the, let's say, 5% return rate, you would be close to a millionaire. And yeah, the third one, you would have to subscribe to my business class online and pay for that. The third one.
Okay, the grind never stops. That's very inspiring.
Yes.
So you talk a lot about an audience that wants to become rich.
Yeah.
But we don't want to forget those who are already rich.
Yeah.
So what's your best advice for them to stay rich despite the competition of the people who follow your coaching advice?
Yeah, but being rich is a state of mind, you know? You can be like, I can see it in you guys, even though if you're financially poor, you're rich in your, you know? No offense.
No, it's okay.
Okay. But it's a state of mind, so yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Now, something a bit bigger about your resume. Some rumors say that you coached Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Elon Musk over the last few years. What secret did you share with them?
I mean, it's always funny when we talk about those big names when I was in the Silicon Valley, you know, but my biggest and the biggest friendship I developed was with Ricardo here in Quebec. You know, Ricardo, he has a big magazine and he sells like cooking and kitchen stuff. Ricardo is hell of an entrepreneur. I will always remember that time where I was like coaching him. And he would be all over the place, and it was complicated. His business, is it a crock pot business? Is it a magazine? Is it a restaurant? And I would say, don't break your bicycle, Ricardo. You know, say don't break your bicycle. Keep it simple. You won't make. I would say you won't make omelette without breaking eggs. You know. So yes.
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you very much for this again. My last question for you today. For you, what is a business mind?
Oh, yes. You should forget about having a business mind, because business is mine. You know? So mind your own business, because I'm my own business. I think I just make that up. That's
perfect.
Just dropping golden nuggets on like the regular, you know.
Excellent. Very inspiring again. Well, excellent. FDB, you are now a renowned CEO and coach in success worldwide. You have accomplished a lot more than the average self-made entrepreneur. And now it seems like you have an announcement to share with us today.
Yes. Thank you.
Welcome to Business Minds. Today we are delighted to receive Anthony Vendrame, which is your real name. FDB was a comedy segment. Anthony, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So I would like to ask you first to define what's your role in just a few words for our audience.
So I'm the founder of Poches Fils, which is a clothing company in Montreal, and I have like many different hats, but mostly strategy, finance, and marketing.
Excellent. We'll talk about Poches Fils a bit more later. So my first question is very simple because we want to understand the personal journey behind the entrepreneur. So my first question is very simple. Where did you grow up, and what kind of job were you dreaming to do as a kid?
I grew up in a little town named Varennes on the south shore of Montreal, and younger I wanted to be a police officer. Okay. Yeah, or at some point I also wanted to be a sumo wrestler. And yeah.
Where did
Nothing
that come
happened.
from? Where did
But
that come from? How come the sumo wrestler?
I don't know. It was like I really liked to eat when I was younger, and I would watch like martial art movies or ninjas movie, and I was like, oh yeah, I could be like big and fighting. And yeah, and my uncle was a police officer, and I was like looking at him when I was young. So yeah, that was it.
Okay, very interesting. And so we understand that humor is a big thing in your character today. Was it already the case when you were young?
Yeah, I always was the class clown for the more I can remember in high school, CGEP, even in university. But I wasn't like allowing myself to go on stage or to do théâtre or even improv. It started really late in my late 20s. Yeah.
How come? Was it because of?
I don't know. I think, it's funny because I'm doing this character FDB who's really serious and all about the hustle. But at some point, I think all that performance thing was a bit impacting my life. I was caught in this fake prison, if I can say. So I was like not allowing myself maybe to be my own self.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
And so that was for the humor part. And did you show any signs of entrepreneurial spirit when you were young?
Yeah, I think so. I would always like prefer to be the leader of any project I would do in school or in sports. And I was having a hard time having a regular job as a kid. And then one of my first experience was to launch football training camp for younger players. So I used to play football at Université de Montreal for the Carabins, and our games were displayed on TV, so like people would know who we were. So it was easier for us like to reach out to CGEP or high school players to say, hey, do you want to train with us? So they would pay us to train them, to teach them football lessons and skills. And it was like my first entrepreneurial experience, I would say.
Okay, interesting. So you mentioned the University of Montreal.
Yeah.
What did you study in? And when you were studying, did you already have a clear goal in mind of what you wanted to do?
I didn't have a goal. I was at HEC Montreal. I graduated in finance and then started a master degree in business strategy that I didn't finish it because I launched Poches Fils. I didn't have a clear vision of what I would like to do after college. Even studying in finance, I think it wasn't my place, even though I had super good grades and I did my CFA level 1, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. And Poches Fils came from nowhere and I just launched it.
Okay, so you have no regrets in dropping the strategy masters?
No regret at all. No.
Excellent. And did you have any inspiration figures when you were younger, or role models that can be around you in your life?
Yeah, but so I don't come from a family of entrepreneur, but one of my dad's close friend, Renal, has his own business, and I used to work for him during the summer. He would say, here's $1,000 and you have 100 hours to do on my I don't know, paint his fence or do stuff around the house. So I was managing my own time, but I would also have time with him and learn from him, from his business calls, business meeting, just the way he was thinking. So that was my first business mentor, I would say.
Perfect. So you just said that you launched your own company being
Yeah.
Poches Fils. So
Yeah.
that would be Pockets and Sons in English. or something like that. I don't know if it works as well in English.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the story behind Poches Fils, how it started and what it became so far?
I mean, it's super simple. The Jose, who's the mother of a close friend, my friend JN and Peo, I went to high school with them, and they're still my super close friends. And so Jose saw a pocket on the t-shirt, so we were like, oh, it's cool. She said, go buy some t-shirt, some plain t-shirt, go buy some fabric at, let's say, Fabrique Ville or Club Tissu. And she made me some. I was wearing them at school in the locker room, and people would like, can I have some? Can I? So I would become like the middleman between Jose and the clients. And all of a sudden there were like thousands of orders, and I created a Facebook page. We were doing like humoristic marketing stunts, and we were giving t-shirts to comedians who were hosting radio shows, so they would invite us on air to talk about our company. So it grew fast. Yeah.
Maybe it's a good time to remind, what is Poches Fils exactly?
Yeah, so Poches Fils is, like I said, it's super simple. We put pockets on t-shirts. So you go on our website, you say, I'm a man, woman, child. I want long sleeve, short sleeve. I want it on a black t-shirt, white, gray, whatever color you want. And then you combine it with the pocket of your dream. So either you like animals, we have food pocket, we have sports. Right now you can also create like your own custom pocket. So most of what we sell is a photo of their pets. So they would put like their cat or their dog on their pocket. Yeah, so it grew really fast. After 1 year, we sold more than 10,000 t-shirts, and then the next year we sold 100,000 t-shirts. So we went to Dragon's Den, and then we entered many different boutiques. So our t-shirt would be sold in Simon's, Sports Experts, and mostly online too.
Okay, when was the year of launch again?
2015.
2015. Okay, yeah. Perfect. And so, can you share like the turning points, the like main defining moments for Poches Fils?
Yeah, but definitely going to Dragon's Den in French was a big turning point. At that moment, we were selling like $1,000 worth of t-shirt per day, our biggest day. And after the broadcast, we sold for $30,000, so a month worth of sale in 4 hours. So, and then you can imagine all the press coverage, the emails we were receiving for collab, or I don't know, any blog would want to talk about us, TV shows. So it blew big at that moment. And we like surfed that wave for a couple of years. And then with that, we developed, we launched new products. Some were failures, some were successes, and then it's been 9 years. So a lot happened.
Okay. Do you have any examples of successful trials and less successful ones?
Yeah, but, everything related to pockets worked really, really well. That's what we're doing best. We launched a t-shirt dress for women. We launched smaller t-shirt for kids. We launched boxers, socks that did good, but like other products such as like more button shirts and hats, even cell phone cases that didn't really did good.
Okay, very interesting again. So from our understanding, it was not like a big thought project. It just came along as you tried it.
Yeah, there was no like big business plan like you're thought to do. It was more let's go and intuitive.
Okay, and so you just said it happened for 9 years.
Yeah.
And so today, after 9 years, what would be the end goal for Poches Fils today?
honestly, for the last 18 months, the goal is just to survive. So since the COVID, it was really, really hard and tough. We were 35 people selling for a bit more than $3 million, and now we're 10. We had to shrink the team a lot, cut a lot of costs. Now we're, like I said, 10 people. We're aiming to sell a bit less than $2 million. So, but we're trying to make it more profitable with less like fixed or operating costs. And we had some big issues with cash flows. The bank would cut our credit line in half. So we were like, because we lost money for 2 years, 2 consecutive years. So it was like the bank didn't want to take that much risk. So I had to find a loan elsewhere. Thanks to Shopify, who lended money to their good clients. So it's really hard right now to see like to project myself or the company in 3, 4, 5 years. It's more a short-term vision right now, because it was like we were firefighter trying to survive. But right now, it's for the last, let's say, 9 months, it's calmer, but it's still like super fragile.
Okay, very understandable. And cutting the cost, hence the advice from FDB.
Yeah, FDB is always there in our mind.
Yeah. So now, changing of perspective on your personal reflections about your job, what is it that you like most about your job?
There's a lot of things. I think I'm a really curious person. I like to learn different things. So being like launching a business is learning every day and learning from different people and different experience. I like having fun every day. Like some days I don't have fun, and I always remind myself, no, tomorrow let's laugh a bit. So this is the core values of Poches Fils, to have fun, and that's what like drives us. So I don't like things that are too serious. I like to joke around, to poke fun of things. And but sometimes I'm caught up in that seriousness. So having fun is clearly the thing that I like the most about our business. Is like, I mean, we're selling pockets, we're doing push jokes, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. We're creating a character who's FDB and trying to monetize him. We'll be selling like fortune cookie with Miss Fortune message. We're planning on doing a lot of silly stuff, but we're making a living out of it. So that's a bit the biggest joke, and I find it funny.
Excellent. That's inspiring in another way again. Still keeping serious, sadly.
Yeah, sadly.
What are the best and worst moments you've experienced with Poches Fils so far? Worst, you mentioned one.
Yeah, best moment. There's a lot, but I mean, it's always like, to me, it's small moments where we were together as a team, and just maybe, I mean, Christmas parties are nice, or when we it's the smallest moment. I mean, playing ping pong every day with my partner Charles David, or just doing stunts at Dragon's Den was nice, doing the stunt there. At some point, we organized a rock, paper, scissors tournament. That was nice too. That was one of the funniest moment. And the worst, but I mean, even if Dragon's Den was a turning point and it was nice to go on TV, it was also really challenging, because they made us an offer. We accepted it on TV. But then, like, the behind the scene is really different. So it would take like a month before you meet their team, and they do a due diligence and everything. And me and my two partners at that moment, Nick and Alex, weren't on the same page for what we were looking for in a partner. Is it money? Is it advice? Is it their network? Everything. So there was a clash there, and it really like made a scar in our relationship, I'd say. But yeah, so at that moment, it was the biggest thing for the company, for the sales, for the marketing, everything. But behind closed door, it was like tense and yeah.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. We had no idea, of course. On a lighter note, though, so we started the interview hosting FDB, the character you played earlier. What's the story behind the creation of FDB The Eagle, and what's his role in the development of Poches Fils?
I'm not sure if he has a role in Poches Fils. I'm always trying to squeeze him inside my week, but I like doing it. So it's what I've learned with the years is try to do what you like, and then you'll get some motion with it, and stuff will happen. So FDB, I created him like 2 years ago. I launched my TikTok channel. I was doing funny stuff, and I created this character, and like people were finding him funny, so I created a LinkedIn account, Instagram account, even his own TikTok account, and I started making videos and quotes. And then with my colleague Matsis, we went nuts, and like we were creating a video every day, and then sending him on podcast, and then trying to make stunts. He even went to Cedar Montreal and hijacked the panel where nobody knew he was going to be there. And and now we're working on like selling different products. So we're building like a community base. Right now we have like 18,000 followers, and we're trying to monetize this character with different things. Either the grind set, his own coffee, which is a coffee not to drink. The poor people will drink it, but the more smartest people will like resell it and make a profit. We want to sell the first printed audiobook. So every page would be a QR code you scan, and then you have advice from FDB. We just launched the scam. So it's this self-made CEO advanced masterclass. You buy it online, and you receive a PDF of a certificate that tells you're the CEO of your own life. So it's like nothing. And and yeah, maybe we'll launch a Patreon. Maybe we'll have our own podcast. And another thing is like a lot of people want FDB to wish either to make a pep talk to a friend, to wish someone's happy birthday, or even to announce to someone that he'll be a dad. I did that like this weekend. Someone paid me to tell her husband that he's gonna be a dad, that she's pregnant.
Wow!
So it's so funny. Yeah. So and some company wants to receive FDB for a conference. It would be like a bit a stand-up, I would say, for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. But I'll go there with a PowerPoint, and it's like a motivational conference. But everybody there know it's like a joke, and they're in the joke. But so that's the thing we like to. I'd say Poches Fils is a good example of what the company is. We try to monetize our silliness. So whether it's with pocket T-shirt and making fun of like the fashion industry, whether it's FDB, whether it's other product that we will launch and we want to launch in the next years. I think that's the whole spirit of the company. Like we're class clown that want to have A grade. You know, we're committed to do silly stuff. Like, I don't know if it makes sense. It's easier for me to express it in French, but yeah, that's what we're doing.
Very nice.
Sauce. Raw sauce.
Yeah, and so with the growing visibility of FDB, do you see any impact of this on Poches Fils or not yet?
Yes, small impacts such as like we launch FDB's own pocket with the eagle wearing a turtleneck and like bunch of money in the background. Also, like we do corporate t-shirts. So let's say you have a business, you want something for your employees or a corporate gift, and FDB attracted some big contract for Poches Fils. And and it's always like, because some business has like their own spokesperson. Sometimes it's a comedian, sometimes it's an actor, sometimes it's the founder. So us, is FDB. FDB is now the owner of Poches Fils. He owns the business in his portfolio.
Excellent. Great. Now, another question back to your personal vision.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of doing something else than Poches Fils? Or do you see yourself bring Poches Fils until as long as possible?
Did I see myself doing something else? I had thoughts every now and then, about other businesses, but I always come back to what I like. Having fun, joining comedy, humor, and business together, and I feel like it lives really well in Poches Fils. Do I see myself continue doing this for like many years? I think so, but it will change. I mean, yes, we're selling T-shirts, but as I said, we're trying to monetize our silliness. So there will be other product for sure, and like content as itself is a product too. So I think we can. Would it be FDB? Would it be another character? Would it be something different? But I can't say. But for sure there will be another funny idea that we will make money out of it.
Perfect. And so, last question on Poches Fils specifically.
Yeah.
So the trend, if I may say so, of T-shirt having a pocket, it kind of grew a few years ago. Is this still as trendy as it used to be when you started?
No, I don't think we don't position ourselves as something like fashion or on trend. I think it was at the start, but I mean, we didn't invent pocket T-shirt. And there are printed T-shirts with funny stuff everywhere. So we prefer to keep like a regular fit for our T-shirt. We don't like follow trends because they're like, okay, it's nice for 2-3 years, but then after that it fades. So we're trying to keep it more of a evergreen T-shirt, something that would be like steady for years, and we kind of see it online. Our online store is selling about the same amount of T-shirt years to years. What changes really is like the corporate sales and the wholesale business. So when we sell through boutiques, since the COVID, a lot of them closed.
Yeah.
So it changed a bit of our financial and situation, mostly because of the loss in revenue. But do I see a drop in the trend? I mean, it's not as high as it was in our peak in like 2018, 2019, but we will sell for around $2 million worth of T-shirts, so I'd say it's still decent.
Okay, very interesting. Now we'll enter the last segment of this interview, focusing more on your vision on entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So my first question is simple again. Can you define what's an entrepreneur to you, in your opinion?
I think we always see entrepreneur as someone who launches a business, but I think everybody can be one as long as you you own your development or your career. It could be an artist, could be an athlete that like has a vision, is driven by something and work toward that goal. I don't think you have to launch a business to be in French we would say de s'entreprendre. I don't think you need to have a business to do it. So what's my vision of? I don't know, and I think it's like trendy to be an entrepreneur, and it's like, oh, this is the best job you can have. But no, that's not. But not to me. I mean, every job is worth the same to me.
Interesting. So it truly is a mindset thing, right?
Yeah.
So good transition for my next question, because nowadays a lot of companies say that they look for entrepreneurial personalities in their hiring, communication, and strategy. Do you think this makes sense, or if everyone's an entrepreneur, no one is? What's your thought about it?
Again, it's so like vague as a concept. What's an entrepreneur? What's not? I mean, you need so many different people to make a team. I heard someone call them bees and eagles. Sometimes you need bees that are workers and that would take tasks and do it right now and effectively. And eagle will be more like they take a step back and they have more of a vision and they plan and they strategize, but they're less hands-on. Yeah, I don't know. I think you have to have both. I don't have a clear answer.
That was good. That was a good metaphor, for sure. Do you believe economic growth as an entrepreneur is still the main focus in a business objectives, or are there like more important objectives nowadays?
What do you mean? In like just to grow the sales or the profit, the bottom line?
Do you see bigger goals
I don't
now?
see it. I don't see it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do people see it like that? I think most of businesses see it like that, but yeah, I'm always torn between, hey, we would have less problem if we would have like $300,000 of profit every year. It would be so much easier, but on the other end, at what cost? And I like to, at Poches Fils, we work 4 days a week. We have super flexible schedule. We have fun every day. We're not taking ourselves too seriously. But that comes with, we don't have a shitload of money to do whatever we want. So I think there would be a balance, but I mean, the business is the extension of the culture inside, and the culture inside is a set of behaviors and values of the people that make that culture. So I think as long as you're aligned with your values, and ours are not greed or not making money at all costs. So I don't know. I think, yeah, do you have fun every day? It's like,
it's a good goal.
I mean, you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. If it's just to pile up money and then, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
That's a very valid point again. Last question before we get to the ending of the interview. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received throughout your career? And would you give the same piece of advice to your 20-year-old young self?
The best advice... I would say to be curious. I think, yeah. And I would give I would tell my 20 years old self be more curious, actually, to know that you don't know, to ask for different perception, to ask for different point of view, and to try stuff.
Excellent. Thank you. So now we'll enter the opening questions regarding the end. So if you could have a private meeting with someone, dead or alive,
who would it be?
Who would it be?
I think I noted that. Can I just take
no problem.
a second to look at... where is it? Give me a sec. Because okay, it's there. Oh, yeah, okay. I would like to meet Sacha Baron Cohen, who's the comedian behind Borat and Bruno and The Dictator. Don't know if you saw that. Yeah, I feel like he's brilliant, his humor is clever, and I would definitely want to meet that guy.
Nice, very nice. Now, a few personal favorites.
Yeah. I'll just... Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
First one, who's your favorite entrepreneur?
I don't know. I think I like Yvon Chouinard from Patagonia, the founder of Patagonia. Okay. Feel like he was aligned all his life with his own values. He did great stuff for the planet and everything, but mostly because he was aligned, I think. Yeah.
Fair enough. Perfect. What's your favorite book/movie?
My favorite, it would be a TV show, and it's called Ted Lasso. I don't know if you know it. It's on Apple TV. Yeah, it's like a nice balance between it's funny but also touching. It's about sports, but not really, because sports is just like a thing around the series, but mostly it's what's happening inside the locker room, between the players, between the staff, between the coach. I would recommend that TV show.
Interesting, team spirit in the way. What's your favorite quote? FDB aside.
FDB aside, my favorite quote is from Master Oogway in Kung Fu Panda. And it's, you must let go of the illusion of control. And that's what I'm trying to do every day. So I think we tend, or at least I do, tend to try to control stuff. Control relationship, control conversation, control outcome. And I think we have way less control than we think we have. There's so many things that can happen, so many other, So let go of the illusion of control, from Master Oogway.
Very, very nice. Great. And now my last question for you today.
Yeah.
What can we wish you for the future?
Laughs. Fun and laughs. Yeah, please.
Perfect. Well, Anthony, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
This was Anthony Vendrame on Business Minds.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Salut, viens, continue par où tu t'en vas. Je t'ai dit derrière les croissants. Non, reviens. Marche. Non.
Ça tourne. FDB. Première.
And welcome to Business Grind. Today we are delighted to... J'ai pas fait ça. Moi, c'est un autre ton.